Previously on OATHSWORN.
This is like weirdest combination because it's like I have all the prophecies and the none of the prophecies have me combo.
And I think he uses this as a chance to practice his leadership monologuing as well.
Of course. And I think someone who was on the upper floor who's sitting by themselves has found themselves drawn in. What does it look like when Lance looks at Whisper?
Let's see.
Who does Lance most love?
Himself.
Oh my god.
It's just a walking, talking pile of money.
He's not a money guy.
Oh my god. The himself is a really funny answer to that question.
Uh-huh.
But what if it's sort of like a palette swapped
I think
Lance?
So, yeah.
It's
Dark
like
Lance.
it's who Lance wanted to be
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
at some point.
Yeah.
The Lance that got away from Lance.
The Lance dreamed of being at the beginning of the campaign.
God. So like the commander.
Yeah,
it's
it's Lance in a commander uniform.
Yeah. That's it.
He has his hand as well.
Uh-huh.
It's the Lance that
And a fine
Thor
And he's wearing
looks
the
up
cloak.
to.
He's wearing the cloak.
and
Yeah.
Oh shit!
and raises a whiskey neat in salute.
Jesus.
Nikolaj and Waloot, what are you up to?
Are we going to try and get closer to that tower?
I do wonder because we don't know the everybody meet at the bar plan. And also, I do love a tower.
Do
It's just so weird, and they don't want us there, which makes me want to go more. We should go. I think we should
Let's go in the tower.
Okay. Is this a group maneuver?
Ooh,
Can I
Could be.
scout into a area?
Let's look at the rules.
I don't know well enough what scout. My characters never have scout. Actions and attributes.
Is scout not the moving stealthily move?
I feel like we've done maneuver for that, but
We've done both. It's one of those overlapping things.
yeah.
When you scout, you move or observe without being noticed. You might watch an undead creation while hiding in the shadows. You might lift a key off an undead guard. Lots of undead in this. You might sneak up behind someone to attack them by surprise, but skirmish may be better. You may try to climb up the side of a building, but maneuver may be better. So I think scout is what the book would suggest.
Yeah, I think if it's more about not being noticed, I think scout is actually the better choice.
That does seem right. Oh, also, did we see the two that like stopped Jemma and Pentos?
100%.
You mean Jemma?
Yeah, we just see them point next to Jemma, and we're like, what?
And then Jemma wrap his arm around nothing and then fall
Falling
over.
and walk slowly backwards?
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, great.
And then put nothing on their shoulders to give them a piggyback ride.
Yeah, listen, I'm not I'm not going to stop you from scouting. I still have 0 in scout.
But if this is a group scout, then presumably Waloot could eat that 0.
That's true. Which of us has more stress space? Because
I have 0 stress.
I'm worse.
I can just lead this.
Yeah, okay, please. Thank you.
This could just be Waloot figuring out a path and Nikolaj stepping into Waloot's footprints in the snow.
Ooh, yeah. He has the what's it called? Lightfoot trait, so can maybe just like hop in her footprints and it like doesn't make it as obvious that there's 2 people there.
Yeah. What's the position in effect?
Risky standard.
2d6, take lower. And this is risky standard?
Yep.
Okay. Take lower.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Come on,
well,
2
now
sixes.
I'm worried.
Remember, Gavin, you can always... Oh, sorry, Gavin, you just did that. Just kidding.
Let's just die.
I was just going to remind Gavin they can always mark corruption for die, but that's fine.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway.
Cool. Just to say that out loud, that's a 2 and a 1 and a 1 and a 2. I'll tell you what happens. You get there. Absolutely. No problem. No one sees you.
I hate that.
And what's more, I think you spot a way into the tower.
What's that way in?
I think there's just like a 3rd-story window that is not boarded up that you could make your way in, no problem.
I think the implication is that this is a really bad way to go in, but it's what we think is best.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just going to take that, I guess.
I think so, yeah. I mean, Nikolaj wants to get inside the tower, right?
Yeah. Oh, boy. I sure do love to make bad choices. And none of these bird-masked friends are...
Did not spot you.
Seeing us. Oh.
I get +1d to resistance rolls, so...
Here's what I think happens here, is that you get there without getting spotted. Through thick and thin, you spot this path. You dart your way up the side of the building in order to make sure that you can get there without getting spotted. And you can see in. And I think it looks to a certain degree the way that you would expect, in that it is the interior. It's kind of like the insides of a cathedral, where there are pews and shrines, paintings, and shelves full of scrolls. Big altar up at the front. Except that it looks as though there was a hurricane inside of here. Everything has been blasted out. And in the center of this devastation, there are 3 figures sitting cross-legged, staring at one another in this little triangle, surrounding this chair that has something sitting on it. And the consequence, I think, here is that if you go in through this window, they are going to see you.
Okay.
We don't know that yet, though.
No.
I'll resist. I can resist by peeking my head through the window and seeing that there are people there and being like, okay, maybe not the window.
Yeah, give me a resist here.
I'm rolling insight here, I think, and I've got 5 dice.
Fuck, okay. Good lord. If one of these is not a 6, I'm gonna throw something.
Yep.
There's a
Hey.
6. Just barely.
Last one.
So you resist, you get a 6, you don't mark any stress, you crane your neck forward, and just as you do, you can see a series of symbols traced along the threshold of this open window. And you stop your head just before you crack through the barrier that this ward has placed over this space. It is not physically barred, absolutely, but it is magically barred. And if you cross in, whatever can get in can get out, and whatever is outside can get in.
Fucking wizards. Okay.
What do you see?
A bunch of guys sitting around a chair and a ward. How many guys?
3.
Yes.
3. I think it's the 3 guys.
Oh. Oh.
Did we ever see any of the pathologic bird people like go into the tower?
Absolutely
like,
not.
Physically?
No.
Okay.
They're.
Yeah, I'm putting 2 and 2 together now.
Okay.
I think I might be, but math's not my strong suit here. I think Nikolaj asks, "Do you think I can look over without also crossing these wards?"
You tell me, buddy.
What?
Wait, does Waloot say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Look, I'll give you a boost.
Thank you. We'll take that boost because I think I'm going to use this as my design here, just to get an idea of what is, because that says you can experience a flashback that you did not personally witness so long as you have a sense memory on hand of someone who was there. Can I find out what they're doing?
Absolutely, you can. 100%.
I would like to do that by peeking up, not crossing this ward, and trying to in the past snoop on what this is.
Sure. Mark 2 stress.
Wow. Sure.
The god of foresight hasn't chosen in a long, long time, but it did once, and its chosen acted according to the will of the god, just as all chosen do. But the chosen wasn't the only one that was privy to the prophecy. These other augurs seemed determined to act according to their own interpretations, regardless of whether or not that squared with what the chosen said. And it wasn't until they trapped the chosen here and rended their body into pieces that the rest of the Eyes of Smoke were able to trap all of them inside in order to make sure that they never came out ever again.
Do we have some history on this chosen?
Bet Nikolaj
I
could.
think Nikolaj does.
He got books.
Nikolaj knows the story of this place and used you marked the stress for the flashback. Ask me 2 questions.
I have a suggestion, but go ahead and think first. Is the chosen dead completely or salvageable?
Kris, is that your question?
Yeah, that can be one of them. Sure, that's dope.
The chosen was torn apart in order to make sure that it was answerable to these 3, and still is, as you can see Voa's head sitting on the chair in between the 3 of them, still breathing,
Sick.
still blinking, and presumably still answering.
Okay. So we're not going to rescue a full chosen here, but Gavin wants that head.
Not a
Yeah. Yup. Mood.
Oh, hold on.
Mood phrasing.
Oh, words. You tricksy little bastards. Okay.
So what? No head?
Boo. Well, good night, everybody. Been fun. Good game.
Can Nikolaj...
I got a question. What is the way in then? How do we get in then? What is... And can we find that out from here?
I think Brendan's
or
last...
the question's just about the story.
I think Brendan's last answer before we had the long break here was that if anybody goes in, all 3 of them can go out, which seems like an apocalyptic event. So maybe that would not be the thing to be doing.
Well, that's my question.
Unless we
Is
kill
there a
them.
way in that is there a way in that somehow circumvents this
Oh, I see.
once the seal is broken, all hell breaks loose kind of deal?
Can Nikolaj weave to pick this blood ward lock?
Well,
Are we going to have to find a baby?
What?
It's
very lost.
a Gideon the Ninth reference.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Right. Oh, yeah. I understood that reference. Okay, good. Right. Okay. So, if that is that your question, Kris?
Yeah, is there a way in that doesn't release all of them as well.
No. But here's what I think you can put together. The bird folk Eyes of Smoke here are trying to keep people out, but the Eyes of Smoke that are here from the capital probably know this and are trying to find a way in that doesn't circumvent that, but that deals with it.
Gotcha.
Jump back to the town crew. Jemma, do you come back to the bar with the rest of the folks?
Yep.
Yeah, I think everyone reconvenes in the bar as expected. Lance, what are you doing here?
So I see Whisper out of the corner of my eye as myself. I think there is a rush of emotion through my body that is every emotion all at once.
Uh-huh.
He tries to keep a level head despite that. And he was he was talking to people about Carla. Or they were telling him about Carla. And he asks, does she frequent the bar? Where is she headquartered?
She's been occupying the mayor's house. We could take you to her. And people I think almost begin both parting like the Red Sea, but also trying to get you to come with them towards the door. Jemma, what are you and the rest of the soldiers doing here? Seeing Lance at the center of attention like this.
I think this is a very normal thing to see. I think that we might be waiting outside, actually.
Okay.
Maybe one of us pokes our head in. We'll just have it be Jemma, right? Jemma pokes his head in and is like, hey, boss? We going in or out?
I mentioned to one of the people that was going to lead me to Carla, and I am keeping Whisper in my periphery, and I say, could you bring her here?
Oh, yes, of course. She'll want to meet with both of you. Of course. Yes, of course. And several people head out the door, brushing past the Legionnaire folks that are here.
Are other people not acknowledging that Whisper is here?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I think everybody sees them differently, right?
No one. So, I think looking around, you can see that the folks that are here that are paying attention to you are kind of I think you can see that they are kind of grateful for the fact that they can pay attention to you instead of having their eyes drawn up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good, because I was actually gonna ask a follow-up question. Do these people seem like thralls?
No, they do not.
Okay.
They do not give you the same kind of vibe as the folks in Loggerhead.
Okay, so Lance's stupid plan this time is to not let Whisper out of his sight.
Sure.
Oh my god.
Of course.
I can keep this broken under control. I'm Lance.
I can fix him.
Oh my god.
Well, his logic is, as long as Whisper is here and not sneaking off to go do something else, I have control of this crowd at the moment. I don't have equal power, but I do have power in this moment, whether it is power of it's sort of a symbolic power.
100%. Jemma, a bunch of folks just jogged out of the bar. Are you following after? Are you looking to see what's going on?
Well, if Jemma was looking to boss being hey, in or out, I'd be in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think Jemma and the other and Aisling and the two rookies sort of stand on the side as this crowd Scooby-Doo's out, and then they duck in.
Sure. Okay.
How weird is it when Jemma sees a second Penthos on the second floor?
I was going to ask you that same question.
Pretty weird.
I think Whisper's coming down the steps.
Oh, fuck. Gemma glancing back and forth from the figure going on the steps and the empty space to his right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Penthos looks scared. I think Whisper takes a seat at the far end of the bar. observing but not wanting to interrupt Lance's moment.
What does Aisling see?
Oh.
Ooh.
Huh.
Big dead whale.
No, Ashling's not that fucking simple.
Big living whale.
No.
I mean, Aisling probably has some like fucking tragic ass lover situation too, where like they like wrote letters back home when they went out on their big trips, and then like one time they came home and they were gone and they never knew what happened to them, and you know, one of those.
Damn.
Yeah.
So like you had the dangerous job, they had the easy job, and yet, oh, that's fucking grimdark.
And I don't think they ever knew what happened to them. So I think maybe Aisling is looking bad.
But yeah, there they are.
I mean, if Aisling doesn't know what the deal is and they never knew what happened to them, maybe Aisling just thinks, "Oh my god, they're here."
Oh yeah, it would be like an excitement, wouldn't it? Huh?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does Aisling do?
Aisling rushing up to the other end of the bar, like, "Oh my god, it's you."
This is probably a roll then, but I think if Aisling is like headed down the bar, Lance clocks that and like grabs his fucking shoulder like hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me a discipline roll.
Okay.
Good lord.
I could help just because like Jemma also knows something weird is happening.
Yeah, what does that help look like, do you think?
I think it's with Penthos's urging, Jemma also going to grab Aisling.
Okay. Desperate limited.
Oh
boy.
Oh no.
I think isn't this roll is from Lance, right?
Yeah, I just wanted
it's a discipline
to check
from
on
Lance.
something.
Sure.
Because Aisling's blight is rage.
Right.
I'm wondering if we got the emotion wrong again. I wonder if this is a moment of anger from Aisling. Like,
oh, how dare you disappear on me?
Oh shit.
where the fuck were you? Why didn't you tell me? Why did you leave
Yeah.
without my like knowing about it? And
Where
so I
have
think
you been?
he's like, yeah, kind of storming over there, kind of angrily.
Yeah. That's good.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
desperate limited. Fuck me.
I mean, you have a help, so you could use that to shift something.
Mm-hmm. And I'm probably going to push myself.
Sure.
So I could make that risky limited. I'm wondering if I can use my channels here for something that would help.
What kind of material would hold Aisling's attention?
There's something that like calms him down, like
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
opposite of a smelling salt.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Something he got from Suleiman. Because, you know, Lance is the marshal now. He's responsible for these soldiers, and he knows Aisling's whole deal. So he probably went to Suleiman like, hey, in case Sharko mode gets out of control, I need something that can calm the boy down.
Bop him on nose, essence of cotton. not that kind of cotton.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah.
This is going to be kind of gnarly, but this is grimdark.
Yep.
I watched this amazing documentary a long time ago about the Farallon Islands right off the coast of San Francisco.
Okay.
And it was a big feeding ground for great white sharks. And because there's like breeding of like seals and stuff there too. Mm-hmm. It's just this huge like ecological event that happens in the fall. And these marine biologists were studying this area, and suddenly there was like no sharks one year, and they're like, what the fuck happened? And they found out that there was a pod of like gnarly ass killer whales that were just like murdering sharks.
Huh.
And they learned that sharks can tell when other sharks have like died in an area. They recognize like a certain chemical that comes from the sharks when they die and decay.
Yeah.
And they did this crazy study where they had this like little lemon shark that was in this like net, and they sprayed some of that chemical in there, and the like lemon shark like took off like into the fucking sky to get out of this net to get away from the area.
Jeez.
So I think it's just this like
Good Lord.
imminent danger chemical that Suleiman has distilled.
Damn. Okay, yeah,
And
absolutely.
It's almost like it's not quite a like a squirting a cat kind of thing, but I think he has like a little vial that was like in his coat.
Triggers fight or flight mechanism.
Yeah, and he like as Ashling's about to pass by, he like pops open this vial.
I love that. Yeah, Mark
Cool.
channels.
So I'm gonna make this risky standard.
Okay.
2 dice in this, I think.
Yep, looks that way.
And I'm gonna push myself.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's do this.
6.
Oh. Look
Works
at
like
that.
a charm. Absolutely. Yeah. How does Aisling react as you neutralize the situation, as you diffuse the situation?
I think it's like he's already in this like anger mode, and I feel like it's one of those things where like anger gets so out of control. Like it like he's solving the problem by amplifying it to the point where like Aisling like he can't even like walk, and he kind of just like falls over onto the bar and like knocks over a couple glasses and stuff. He just like blinds him with rage.
This is dark. We've done a lot of like really dark things, but this is like a lot.
Are you good?
I'm cool with it. I'm good. I just want to point out that like drugging a subordinate, I guess, is wild.
I mean,
it is. It's
specifically drugging a subordinate that has a problem with getting out of control, though.
That has a supernatural blight that has caused this. That I will be blunt, saved that subordinate's life. So
yeah.
So that was a pretty grimdark moment, but would it be kind of cheesy to like instantly juxtapose that with like sort of like an acknowledgement of each other with like a glass of whiskey, sort of?
Oh no,
like please. A fucking cowboy move.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
No. I think once the situation is diffused, Whisper moves one seat closer.
Okay.
Can we have a whisper clock that's just represented by seats at the bar?
Does Jemma go to help Aisling, or do we send the other rookies to?
Oh no! Jemma also grabbed the other shoulder or whatever.
Yeah,
we're all together now.
Yeah, I mean, Whisper, who was once Kara, is here. It is not a safe situation, but it is a diffused situation. Act as thou wilt.
I think, like, after that moment, to kind of break the tension, like, laugh, like, or Lance, like, forces a laugh and kind of like, oh, my buddy here has had too much to drink.
Who can blame him? Takes a sip. It's a...
Gemma's just, like, eyes wide at Lance. Lance is continuing to act so chill in this situation.
All Lance has is, a soul fueled by confidence.
Whisper goes so far as to like wheel around in their seat, raising the glass dreamily in the air, and says, "There's not much left. And if you can get your hands on something that makes the situation a little bit more tenable, whether that's an excuse or a lubricant, then I say, more power to you."
Then let's drink to the end of the world. And he starts a cheer. Or cheers.
I think I think whoever was acting as bartender has like disappeared, I think at that, Whisperer sets the glass down and like rolls over the bar and starts like pulling out drinking horns and trying to find skins of this fermented goat milk and like pouring out, a couple of fingers a cup. Why not?
This is fucking terrifying.
Yeah, if Lance was to stop here, he'd probably pass out from stress. But
you and your comrades have traveled this far from the very edge of the world. You deserve a celebration, if only for a moment. Sliding like these little like leather cups towards folks. I think there's also drinking horns, but there's like little like holsters for them, like part coaster, part like frame that you can set one in and not just have it fall over because it's a horn.
Out of character, I'm wondering what we're doing here. I'm wondering if what we're doing here is basically just like holding Whisper here while the other crew finishes something. Because I'm trying to figure out like where to take this besides just stalling Whisper's ability to do something terrible to us.
Carla is on her way here now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, I want to give you an opportunity to say or ask anything before Carla gets here. But why don't we jump to the rest of the folks to buy some time for that?
And we could also have Jemma kind of doing something, at least intel gathering or something.
Absolutely.
Here.
Are we back to Omniculum crew? Because we can't go in there. We can, but that's a bad idea.
You can absolutely go in there. You almost went in there.
We should probably get everyone else
in and this feels like at this point we report back. We have gone as far as is reasonable for now.
This is like this is probably the biggest threat in the town. We should probably tell Lance.
Yeah. This is absolutely astonishing. We should let them know what kind of danger and opportunity exists here. They have no idea.
They couldn't possibly
scurry off back to.
Love that. How do you go to the town?
Ooh, sneaky like.
What's your maneuver like?
Much better than my scout in that I have it at all. I think it's 1.
You could just book it.
It's 1.
No, you've got 2.
Oh no, it's 2. Nikolaj is 2.
Okay,
here we go.
Well, I guess we should maneuver because I have 1 dice in it.
Yeah, at this point, is it less like we're trying not to be seen and more just like, oh, let's get the fuck out before they I don't know, try to do something about it?
Yeah.
Cool.
The odds are actually better if you do the scout, even though if it's a group action, the odds are actually better if you do the scout still.
Oh, well then I'll do a scout.
Okay.
I'll lead again.
Sure thing. I am gonna roll 2 dice again.
What's the position in effect, Brendan?
I think you're still a risky standard here.
Oh.
Waloot's
wow.
2 green.
A 5!
Hey. A success.
A 5.
Oh.
Okay.
Good lord.
Waloot takes 1 stress.
Interesting.
I don't like that it's interesting.
Color this for me. What does this look like as you sneak from the Omniculum to the town? Dodging these weird bird men.
I wonder if it's that, like, now that, we got a much closer look at them back from our, like, vantage point earlier, and it's like, okay, they got these bird masks, there's smoke coming out of the eyes. Maybe, like, now that we've gotten closer, like, when we passed by, I don't know if we, like, passed through an area where one of them had just walked and, like, we smell that smoke, and I don't know, eyes of smoke. I'm kind of thinking maybe they all use more or less the same stuff for, like, various different types of smoke that they have to make. And so Nikolaj is like, I know what kind of smoke that is. I know how thick it is. And I know, like, where their vision will be impaired. So I know their blind spots.
It's a different smoke for the present, past, and future.
Ooh.
Oh, that's very good detail. I like that a lot.
I think Waloot's, like, too shaken for, like, this mission right now. It's like, I gotta be the scout now. And that's, like, too much pressure.
Yeah. Nikolaj might also kind of see that, right? Like, oh, I did just start treating you kind of like Lark, and you don't have those years yet.
I think you make it to the town just fine. I think the consequence here is that in your hurry to like move on from this upper floor ledge, someone does something that disrupts, that makes unstable the barrier here.
Oh, like one of us?
Yeah.
Oh, can I resist that? I don't want that to happen.
I think either of you can resist it. I think it's an insight resist to realize what's about to happen.
I have 5 dice in insight.
Yeah, you have hella insight. I was like, I got good insight, and then you were like, I have 5, and I was like, my insight is so. I have 3. If you want to, go for it. But good lord, 5. Taelos, man.
What the?
Oh my god.
Gavin, read that out loud for me.
That's a 3, a 1, a 2, a 1, and a 3.
Is that a trauma? That's a trauma.
Well, what I can do is a trauma or it's a blight, and I think this might be the moment for a blight.
Good lord!
Wait, you have a choice there?
So I could take 2 stress and then 1 in blight and 1 in corruption.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Or just put it all in corruption and let it roll over.
Yeah, the game I had with Brendan yesterday, we did not allow rolling over like that. So,
and now I'm going to kill Gavin.
Yeah.
I mean, Waloot. I mean, Gavin.
Okay, so I think what this looks like is Waloot maybe stumbles, letting Nikolaj down, and then like reaches for that like star inside thing presence.
Oh, yeah.
To like restore the ward before anything happens.
I like that a lot. I think that's good.
And there's like a feedback loop. I'm going to think about this blight for a bit, but
for
that's
sure,
where it's
for
coming
sure.
from.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a moment, I think, Nikolaj, as you're like you slip and Waloot catches you, and you're looking up, and the angle is such that you shouldn't be able to tell. But you know, the star above is getting closer.
We had described like that Waloot has like cool glowing eyes when she does star things. Does that happen?
Yeah, I think like if we're both like facing the wall and you can see like a flashlight brightness onto the wall, or 2 flashlights.
Oh boy. Sick.
You can hear some murmuring from inside the omniculum.
Yep.
Excellent.
Great.
Should we have Jemma do something?
Sure.
Yeah.
Here, Jemma, you can see a couple of different things. You can see that obviously Pentos is now tending bar. But I think out the window you can see a couple of different things. You can see that Waloot and Nikolaj are like here in town now, coming from the omniculum. And you can see that there is a rowdy, once again divisive crowd of Taelos surrounding Carla as she slowly begins to make her way towards the bar.
I think that Jemma, having spotted this, sort of like sidles up to Lance, being, big public persona Lance, and sort of like under his breath says, Captain, I see Waloot and Nikolaj on their way. Should I slip out and try to let them know what the situation is?
Yes, I don't think I can go anywhere at the moment. I'm going to need you to be my feet.
Cool.
I'm going to need you to be my head.
Okay.
Sorry.
I think I want to try to get out of here without Whisper knowing that I've left.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I think I've been here before.
Oh, interesting.
Damn, this is out here.
Yeah. We don't know much about this sort of Kaimorti gang that Jemma was originally from. We just know that he and Pentos sort of like met up on the way to join the Legion, right? I think that maybe Jemma Gemma's like Kai Morty band was like mostly in this sort of more Arctic-y region, this more mountainous region.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is like the kind of small town they would go through. In fact, I bet Gemma's done like a weird ritual that's just like supposed to be like a, every X amount of years you come and do a ritual at the Omniculum here to like strengthen the bonds or whatever. And he was too young to know what the fuck he was doing.
Absolutely.
But he chanted like he was supposed to or whatever. Anyway.
Why do we go on vacation here? This sucks.
Yeah. Silver-haired anime boy in the snow. It's good shit. Anyway, I think that, speaking of it sucking here, I think this is not the first time Jemma has had to sneak out of this bar.
No, I like that. That's excellent.
Okay. And I think that I'm going to, because she's now on the first floor, right?
Yeah.
Or sorry, they, who knows? all pronouns correct, I guess.
Yes. I don't know if I've ever said it explicitly, but yeah, Whisper uses any all pronouns.
Right, that makes sense.
And is not only on the first floor, but is behind the bar.
Right. And so I think what Jemma does is goes up to the second floor.
Oh, okay.
And what they do is open up a window on the second floor and scramble out that way. Because there's like, he knows that there's a close enough drop, like from one roof on the second floor here to like the roof nearby, and then he can just sort of like slop off on the slanted roof onto the ground.
Sure,
because he's done it before.
Yeah. So what I think this is I think this is risky limited.
Sure,
it's not.
That's fair.
It's not desperate because I don't know that Whisper especially cares that
Sure.
one person is getting out, but Whisper is very good at seeing what is going on in a situation. So limited effect.
Sure. So that's going to give me 2d6. I think that I will do pushing myself. Well, hold on. Let's see. I have so much shit here. Is there anything I can actually use? Hey, I have a reliquary. Could I use a use of a reliquary for this?
How?
To distract her.
It sounded more
where
like,
I do some.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say it sounded more like you were trying to do this on the down low.
No. Leave something down here. So let's say I have like a reliquary made up of a little bit of chosen hair. And I, there's probably lights around, and I probably light one end of it.
Oh, okay.
Leave it in a corner somewhere.
Sure. Here, you get a drink. Oh, what is that? Oh God, that smells terrible. Oh,
right. Well, it's burning hair, so it always does.
But it also hurts me, Whisper, personally. Someone deal with this. Someone deal with this, please. I'm trying to have a nice time.
Cool.
I'm tier 5 and I'm feeling very attacked.
Okay, so I think that's going to be a risky standard with the reliquary.
I just came out to party and I'm feeling very attacked
because I've been here before. I think 2d6 risky standard. That's a fine roll.
I mean, it's a fine roll. It could be a 2d6 desperate great roll.
It could be, but I think the idea is not to incur wrath here.
I don't understand.
Could Lance help?
If Lance wanted to, sure.
It's up to Devin.
Yeah. Let's see. I have stress enough to spare here, and this is important if I'm going to be like, holding court here and having Jemma actually accomplish some things outside of that. I mean, yeah, what is it besides just like, just like I'm already an extreme distraction.
I mean, engaging Whisper one-on-one, right?
Telling like a particular story that like, have you ever like told a story wrong on purpose to bother someone?
Yes, and that's exactly what I do here. I tell the story of the castle where I showed up in a moment of passion to find my lover. And then
everything was great from then.
Except...
Yeah, Whisper is like, Yeah, I'd love to hear that from your point of view.
You're like telling the rest of the people there, and they're all just like, okay, great.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't end with a court martial.
A very different ceremony.
It ends up with the court of the marshal, which is what we have going on right here.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm going to roll this 3d6 risky standard.
I'm so upset.
And that's a full fail. That is a 2, a 3, and a 2.
Fuck. Avray.
Oh my god.
You are so cool for like most of this time.
You step onto the roof and then there's the bird guy who's like, told you not to go in there. Punch.
No, this is fine.
Oh god.
No, you get out just fine. And Pento stays behind.
No!
Oh, fuck.
Take the level 2 harm abandoned.
Okay, well, I'm going to resist that. Fuck. Damn. Okay, all right, this is fine. I think this might be Is this a resolve resist to just be like, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I can be away from Penthos. It's fine.
I think that's exactly what it is.
We have a very healthy relationship.
Or they're dead, and I will also be dead someday soon.
I could try to resolve resist too, because I have 4 dice in that.
I think based on the nature of this consequence, Jemma has to resist it.
All right. Yeah, I don't think there's anything extra I can do here. So I'm just going to do... I've got plenty of stress. Let's do roll 2d6.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 2 stress. That's
2
not bad.
stress. That's nothing.
Okay.
That's nothing.
Not too bad.
3 more stress to work with. I'm fine with it just being a level 1. Because I don't think that's going to negatively impact anything.
Level 1 harm, separation anxiety.
Accurate.
Yep.
And Jemma slides off the roof, lands in like a patch of snow that he thought was going to be sort of more pillowing of his fall than it actually was, hits hard ice underneath, grits his teeth a little bit, looks over at the window at Penthos, and looks back at Waloot and Nikolaj and runs for Waloot and Nikolaj.
Do we want to have one more lance action here before we break?
I want to hear, I mean, if Devin, if you're up to it, I want to hear you talk to Whisper.
Yeah, I guess I'm wrapping up that story. And Whisper has been, creeping ever closer.
Yeah. Chin in hand, wrapped. It's just like, oh, fascinating. I didn't realize it went that way. Well, cheers to you. A situation
and
well handled.
As in response to that, he looks down at Whisper's lance hand that is there, not there, and says, "Oh, I didn't know it happened that way either."
The path not taken, right? All
Oh my god, Whisper knows what it looks like, of course.
And again, gestures with their drink, which they've been sipping away at, but doesn't seem to have depleted at all. Just a nice, perfect whiskey rock in a nice crystal glass.
I said that he drinks it neat. That means without the ice.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Before your eyes, the ice disappears in Whisper's glass.
That's a Brendan mistake, not a Whisper mistake. Gestures at the room, at the world, at all of Zelsha'el with the glass. It'd be nice, I think, to imagine the other ways all of this could have gone. Someone else gets broken. Someone else lives. Someone else dies. You go north, you go south. But all of it just sort of wraps back around.
Lance looks into Whisper's eyes, channeling every emotion at once as he's been doing, to try to keep his cool. Keeping his cool is not really the right word for what this is.
Yeah.
keeping it feral kind of on purpose is more what this is. What was the life that you wanted for yourself? Tell me who you were.
Oh boy.
Give me a sway.
That's bold. That's very Lance.
Oh,
great. Tell me about you. Oh my god.
Lance tries to seduce a broken.
Desperate standard. Standard effect because this is what Whisper wants to be asked.
Okay. I got 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. What do reliquaries do again? Because I always have one.
They help resist blight.
Mm-hmm.
I think I described him in the very first time he showed up as having a rosary that he kind of
I do remember
plays
that.
with in his hand.
Uh-huh.
He's doing that for narrative effect, maybe not mechanical effect.
Yeah, I don't think that would have an effect on Whisper in the situation.
I think he's like more trying to like protect himself.
Yeah. For good reason. Can always ask for a devil's bargain.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of spending another channels here, and I'm trying to figure out what that looks like.
Sure.
So maybe to counter the like sort of scary authority thing of having a drug that nullifies one of my subordinates, maybe having something for myself as well.
I have an idea if you're open to it.
Yeah.
Do you have like a flask that you like pour into Whisper's glass?
Oh, here's the good stuff.
Yeah, as just as like a gesture of like, if we're drinking together, then.
Oh yeah, I love that. He has he has the bottle and then the secret flask.
Uh-huh.
I love that. This is a question to everybody at the table. What's like a really like rare liquor in this world? So some like crazy Iliander shit.
My first thought went to bone marrow, but
I want it to be connected to the weird leviathans that the Ilianders hunt.
Ooh. It's like it pours out like almost like a Jägermeister sort of.
Yeah, something malty.
It's like black and it like smells like salt.
Oh, is it, you don't pour it into Whisper's glass. You pour out shots.
It's malted whale fat.
Something like that.
Oh my god.
No,
Jägermeister's vile.
That's just what absinthe is.
Yeah. But Jägermeister's like, what if it was hella sweet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And I'm gonna use that. What does the asset do again?
I think you could just take that as aid, however you want to position that.
I'm gonna turn that into a risky standard.
Okay.
As much as I want to go hard, I don't want Lance to like fucking die here.
No, the mission hasn't even started yet.
Fuck. 3d6.
Avery!
Oh my god. That is a 2, a 1, and a 2.
Avery,
Wow.
I rolled 5 dice.
That's true. Oh, is it odd numbers? I'm trying to find the patterns. I'm okay.
I think Lance just dies, yeah.
It's only a risky.
No, it's fine.
Here's what happens. Whisper takes the shot, clinks your glass, and tosses it down, and says, I wanted what all chosen want, to serve the will of the gods. And then she leans in and looks into your eyes and says, and then the gods left. Oathsworn is an actual play podcast created by
Devin Nelson,
Gavin Fregeau,
Kris Allison,
Matthew Guzdial,
and me, Brendan McLeod. All music for the show is created by Devin Nelson. Find it and more at devindecibel.bandcamp.com. Find a link to their music and any of the games that we've played in the podcast description. Follow us at @OathSwornPod on Twitter or at oathswornpodcast.com. If you enjoyed the show, please consider sharing it with a friend or rating us 5 stars on your podcast platform of choice. Until next time.